in Ronny Mauricio, there might not be a higher profile player in the Mets system that is more blocked at the moment than a guy like Ronny Mauricio, where he started out as a shortstop. He went from about 160 pounds to looks like 220 right now. He's very, very tall. The thought could have been second base. We know Jeff McNeil's there. We know third base is taken. There's a lot of conversations about what Mauricio's future and a lot of doubt if it's even with the Mets. Well, Joe, no player in the Mets farm system, maybe no player in the Mets organization has had a more successful fall winter playing baseball than Ronny Mauricio, who was the, correct me if I'm wrong, Winter League MVP, tearing the cover off the ball down there. We know Mauricio's always had power. The big thing with him was always going to be pitch selection, making contact, reducing strikeouts, getting on base. Joe, has the pendulum started to swing back the other way after this winter for Mauricio, where there's something to be really excited about again? He's still a really young guy.
I think it is to a degree. Obviously, performing in the Winter League is way better than the alternative of not doing so. But it's not, the highest level of competition either. But either way, he performed, and there's plenty of other people down there that did not. He won the MVP of the league, like you mentioned. I have openly been the low guy on Ronny Mauricio for a couple of years now due to the need to work on his pitch recognition skills. I didn't like the fact that he basically doesn't walk. He drew a few walks down in the Dominican, which was great to see, but I still don't think that's largely going to be a big part of his game as we project forward. But otherwise, the power, like you said, he's grown into his body. He's always had the raw power to put the ball in the air. But he was a small guy. He was 160 pounds. He was 180 pounds, got to 190. Now I think he's upwards of 215, 220. He's in that range. So he's a big, strong kid that's really tapping into that above average raw power and bringing it into game action. And we forget he hit over 25 home runs, I believe, this year for Double-A Binghamton. So he obviously performed at that level. And I really have thought about it. And, maybe his offensive profile is like a Javi Baez light. I think I said this on this show maybe a month ago or so, but that's okay. Like, not every guy in your lineup is going to get on base at a 360 clip, a 350 clip. If he provides enough power and puts the ball in play, I think, you could survive with a different type of profile in a guy that, what's his position now? That's the big question that you mentioned off the top. Shortstop's taken. I think he's too big for second base. I've never, I mean, I don't know. I've never seen a 6'3", 6'4", 220-pound second baseman. So I don't know if that fits. He would have transitioned fine at third, which he actually played a good amount of down in the Dominican when O'Neal Cruz from the Pirates came in to play on his team. Mauricio obviously was going to move, not Cruz. But I've always thought Ronny Mauricio should try the outfield. So assuming he's with the Mets come spring training, which I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be. I don't think there's going to be a trade opportunity that comes up that warrants giving him up. I would be giving him an outfield glove. Let's see what he could do. Try him in center on the backfields. Try him in left. Try him in right.